Welcome to another great Photoshop tutorial. Today we're going to be having a look at how to create a water goddess like this one, where you can just take the photo of any girl, your girlfriend, your mom, whatever, and if you just make a new image, paste her in, and we're off. I'm going to do this as quick as I can because there's quite a lot of steps to this tutorial. So first of all we're going to get the pen tool, and I'm just going to start to draw around the shape of our face. If you don't know how to use the pen tool, check out some of my other tutorials where I give you an in-depth explanation as to how to use the pen tool a lot better. So I'm just going to work around here. Just get our face and just make sure that we leave out the hair because we're going to be creating our own style of hair. So we don't need any of our own hair in. That's going to be part of the water effect. Right. Oh, let me just carve that up a bit. Yeah, that's better. So now that we've done that and we've closed the loop on the pen tool, you're just going to right click and make selection and choose 0 for your pixels, and then you're going to come down to layer mask, and that's going to take away the background there, so that's just going to give us our head. And then all you're going to do is pick up the brush tool, and just with a bit reduced opacity, say to about 40, let's just see what that's like. Yeah, that's okay. With about 40 you're just going to go around the edges just to give the edge of the photo a bit of see-through effect when we place the water on. PC seems to be running a bit slow just now for some reason, so I'll just have to put up with that for the moment. So there we go, there we've done our reduced opacity. So now you can come down to the options here, and you're wanting to go for hue and saturation, and bring your hue on your top level down to, let's see, that's quite cold. Actually, it shouldn't be the hue, that's too cold. It's the saturation. Let's see, yeah, that's better. We can add the bluer effect in next, but for the moment let's just change the saturation. So now what we want to do is make a new layer and find a nice cold blue. Go with one like this, and using the paint bucket tool, excuse me, we're just going to change the colour to blue, and then pull that down. Just pull that down to below our layer there. Now what we're going to do is pick out one of the first images So I'm going to take this splash here. You can get all these images from a link to my blog, and that's called Super Photoshop Tutorials, and you can just take the images from there. Now I'm going to paste this one in. In fact, let's make a new document first. Paste that in and use the background eraser tool, and that just removes the white from the image and makes it more see-through. So there we go. We've got our image now, and we can just copy that and paste that. Still a couple of little bits we can rub out there. Let's just turn that off for a second. There we go. Turn that back on, and then we just have to get the picture into position here. There, that's given us a nice effect there, so that looks fine. Just going to apply that, and then come up here, and we're going to just go to multiply, just to make it more the blue that we're looking for, and then just move the layer up there to the top, and this gives us the overlay effect. And what we can then do is add a layer mask, and we can come to our paintbrush, and need to change the opacity, put that back up to 100, and we can just start to just rub out. Let's go over some of the areas where the water's splashed on. Just going to leave a little bit of an overlap just up on the cheek there. So there we go, that's the bottom section done. So now I'm just going to come back and get the next water splash. Now I've got 3 different ones here, and you can sort of use them and build them up in your own way. Let's see if any changes there. Just add a new layer in and do the same again. Paste the image in and take out the white background. Oh, that's too much. And so here just going to paste that on, and I'm going to just try and fit the image round the head, just to give her a bobbed hairstyle look. A bit more depth. So there we go, that looks okay. So I'm just going to apply that, and just do the first of all, just do the warp tool, come up to transform and warp, and just pull and drag just a little bit round with the warp tool, just to give a bit more volume and change the curvature a bit more of the hair. So there we go, we just apply that, and then if we create a new layer mask again as well, we can come to our brush tool and we can just start to to rub out again just the edge of where our face is. Just round there. Now you'll notice that this bit's much darker here, so what we can do is we can just reduce the opacity. Let's just see what that's like, and just, that's a bit too much. Reduce it even further to about 24, and we can just start to just gently go over that section there, just to lighten it up a bit. Just so it's a bit more see-through to the colour underneath. So there we've got our nice splash there. And we can do the same again, we can multiply that. That gives us a bit more of a blend again. Gives it a bit darker as well. So there we go, we've got that section on. Now we can come back and take another. I'm going to leave that one up because I'm going to use that one again. I'm going to use another splash of water, and let's see, we're going to make sure that the black and white layers on there, and because what's happening is this is coming up and changing to protect foreground colour. Since we've got a black background, we don't want it to do that. Oh. In fact, what I'm going to do is just use the eyedropper here and just take a note of the colour, and then that way when I'm using the background tool and I've got protect foreground colour on and I click the black now it doesn't disappear as much. So there we go, there we've got our new splash, and I'm just going to come back to our document, paste that in, and I'm just going to look for where we're going to put this. I'm just going to put this up here just to give our hair a bit volume, and let's see, that should be enough there, just about there. Let's see, there we go. And you can do it however you want, or however you think it looks best. And again, just use the same idea. Just add a new layer mask. Come onto your paintbrush. Change the opacity up to a bit higher. That way you can rub out round our skin. I've got quite a lot of white there, so we'll have to get rid of that. So anyway, just continue on, and you can pick out another of the same. Let's see, another of the same sections of white. And we're just going to put this over here now. Just turn this a bit, so we've got the side of our hair down here. I'm just going to come up and use the warp tool again, and just push and pull where the water's going to be coming round our head. So that looks okay there. Then again, just create a new mask. Use our paint tool again. remember and change the colour that you're using around here. Just rub out this part from our face here. Now there we go. I'm going to take this one again, paste it in. Oh. Rub out this little bit here, and this time I'm going to turn the layer right round, or turn the image part right round, and just pull this in here to give a nice effect of our bob on our hair. So I'm going to apply that. I'm going to go to the multiply just to blend it in. The multiply, actually, do that on there, do that on that one as well. The multiply just helps blend things in a bit, so just remember and apply that to your layers as you're going through. And then for this layer I'm just going to do a copy. Where are we? Yeah, there we are. A copy of this layer, Control A, Control C, and then paste, and this time I'm just going to flip it on the horizontal, and this will allow me just to put the little bob bit down here. So there we go, and we can just multiply that again as well. And just as before, just add the layer masks in and use the opacity if you want to sort of blend it in, bring the opacity down to allow you to lighten it up. There we go for that one, and the same again, mask for the other one and just lighten that up a bit. Let's go back and let's darken that one up. Let's lighten that one up just a bit more. There. So there we go. And we want to as well, if we just want to lighten up the chin as well, so we'll just do that with the tool. So yeah, there we go. We've pretty much done most of the work, and now all we need to do is just play around a bit with the hue and the saturation and the colour balance as well. So what I'm going to do is just come up here and merge the visible, and then I'm going to come up to the colour balance. Let's see, and we're just going to play around in here for a minute and just see what sort of colour effect we can get. So yeah, there we go. As we start to just sort of add a bit more blue in, a bit more cyan, we can see that it's starting to take effect there. So that's starting to look okay. And now we can just come down here and use the smudge tool, and if we want we can come back in the background here and just smudge this area a bit out here and just give a bit more of a water effect. Just smudge a little bit sort of in the inside where the water is as well, and push some of the splashes out. Let's create a little blurry effect there, and just merge visible, and there we have it. There's how you create a water goddess. Go and get your girlfriend and you can do the same to her. I hope you enjoyed, and post me any responses. Thanks.